Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk.
We certainly do, Andy, and we got a great show coming your way. Today, we got Yanni coming on. We'll figure what's happening here with this Steam report. He told people, have faith, don't worry. Keep betting Carolina. And so far, that's paid off. Will it continue? We'll see what Yanni has to say. Teddy Covers is joining the show. He's got your look ahead on the NBA. We'll talk some MLB with him. And Andrew McGinnis is going to shut some things down. We'll talk a little CFL action, and we'll talk a little CFL sprinkle. And we'll look forward to that pivotal game here in the Stanley Cup that will be going this Sunday. But Andy, right here, right now, it's time to talk WagerTalk Today play of the day. We did it again, you beautiful man. We got plus money that we cashed for the folks. This one won't get graded tonight, but by the time we talk on Monday, it will. Mikal Bridges, it's fade time, Andy. What are we betting?
I'm going to have a little talk with ChatGPT. These graphics are out of control. Like, look how busy that is. Like, it's putting everything.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, a lot going on. We're going to take Mikal Bridges under, which is interesting because his overs were a massive hit for clients in the last series, but we're just seeing some things with the lineups, and I can't wait to get Teddy's take on this, but he's gone under this in 3 out of the 4 games, and the game he went over, he played 41 minutes, but his minutes are down. Last couple games, he's gotten in foul trouble. He's only had 9 and 11 PRA the last 2 games. And quite frankly, the Knicks flourished in that fourth quarter with Bridges on the bench. He didn't even get to 30 minutes. I'm wondering if they try that lineup a little bit more with him. We saw Alvarado play some more minutes. He only is getting 3.5 potential assists the last 2 games. And I noticed with his rebounds, he was the one blocking out and letting other guys crash, like Josh Hart and Towns, when Towns was in there and not fouling guys. But he only grabbed 2 rebounds. He's not shooting the ball well, 4 of 14 from the field combined the last couple games. So I think other guys are starting to pick up the slack, and Mikal Bridges seems to be the one that stats are going under. So we'll take Mikal Bridges under 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Let's go. You know, I love a good fade, Andy. So let's get into it, man. As I said, Yanni's going to be coming on the MLB games. The Teddy's going to be breaking down Braves and Mets, Phillies, Brewers. If you guys, gals, folks tuning in have any questions on the World Cup, drop them here. Andy and I will try to get to them before the show is done. And Andrew McGinnis, like I said, coming on at Stanley Cup talk. So Andy, let's bring him in. Yanni, the Greek, chugging along. Huge weekend planned, I'm sure, for you, Yanni, and the clients. How we doing, man?
Never better. Coming off a nice little profit in the World Cup yesterday. A split, but the best bet got there. We had to sprinkle a small on, what was that, South Africa, +1, +160. I was hoping they could have kept it to like a 1-goal game, and we would have got out of there with like a perfect night. But it was good overall, and as expected, betting syndicates were lining up for this World Cup. I just wish I could fire the volume that they're doing, but it's so time sensitive. Like they're firing like penalty kicks and corners and stuff like that and taking advantage. But I'm talking like 3 minutes before the game starts. They're doing all kind of stuff like that. But as expected, they're betting these sides. Not much on the total so far, but they're betting these sides. Like I already released both games today to my subscribers. That package is up. We get betting 3 games tomorrow, 2 games already for Sunday. Like they're firing in this World Cup, and they're not even really waiting and caring what anybody else is doing because it's so overwhelming. We can't even grasp the amount of money that's being bet on this World Cup here in the United States. Like we talk about the Super Bowl and how big the Super Bowl is. Dude, this is the World Cup global. This is worldwide. This is as if the entire globe was betting the Super Bowl. That is what's happening. So they could care less like what the sharps are doing. And because of that, they're just finding a lot of inefficient numbers. Perfect example yesterday, like South Korea, power rating wise, they were just so ahead than Czech on paper. But for whatever reason, I mean, I don't know what the narrative is out there amongst the fans, but amongst the fans, it was like the other way around. So again, I don't follow soccer year round. Like I said, I provide accounts for guys that do beat that market. but I do involve myself in the World Cup. And that's why I love having these power ratings, because I don't know what the world narrative is. I just have numbers in front of me. And I look at what the betting line is compared to what our power ratings reflect. And they're lining up, like I said, with what these groups are doing. So I'm very confident moving forward. USA getting a lot of money today. Public's betting them. Be cautious there. I like Paraguay myself, to be honest with you. I think these teams are a lot closer than that line reflects. So be cautious, because, again, you're going to pay a premium with the United States, because they're going to be getting bet here in the States for sure. But, again, not saying not to bet them, but just a small lean towards the Paraguay side on the money line, but we'll see what happens. NHL, Carolina, like you said, listen, I got to try to do what's best for the majority of people, but I can tell you right yesterday, before that game started, I bet Carolina on the adjusted series again for the same group that gave me Carolina plus 250 or plus 350, like months before the playoffs started. Then before game one, they bet Carolina in game one to win game one and win the series. Then they bet Carolina when Carolina lost game one. They bet Carolina in game two and bet Carolina again for the series. Then when Carolina lost game three, before game four, they bet Carolina again and Carolina for the series. And when Carolina won game four, what did they do last night? They bet Carolina again before the game started for the series at minus 140 and for the game last night again. That's where it's difficult for me to do that with my subscribers, because I tried doing it with the first two Carolina bets, and after they lost game one, there was probably like 20 emails to customer service. Is this guy lost his mind? Why are we betting more on Carolina when they lost? And I try to explain, like, I don't care what I did yesterday. I'm looking forward. I'm just looking to find plus EV bets. And obviously, they're seeing that Carolina is still a plus EV bet, and that's all that matters. Again, they may end up losing this series to Vegas, but I'm so grateful that I don't allow my opinion, I don't allow my emotions to affect me, because otherwise I would probably not have bet last night for the game. I would not have bet the series again last night. Unfortunately, I'm not going to send that out to my subscribers again, because they're going to be like, dude, how much risk do you want us to have on Carolina? But I manage my risk like I actually show my subscribers in the steam room. Like, I don't just make that shit up. I actually follow it. So because of that, I'm able to place these bets. So yeah, they're on Carolina. They expect Carolina, I'll tell you this, to finish it out in Vegas. If they don't, they're prepared to bet Carolina in game 7. Because as I said, regardless of what Vegas has done in the playoffs and with the hot streak and going through sweeps and Colorado sweeps, and the bottom line is the numbers are what they are. And on paper, you rarely get a title final championship where one team is just so much better than the other. But the narrative coming in is that they're a lot more equal. Like, again, a game 5 in Carolina last night, adjusted series, zero reason they should have been less than a minus 200. We know game 5s, what home teams do historically. We know they were the favorite for the series. Like, everything pointed that they should have been at least a minus 200 for the adjusted series price yesterday, and it wasn't. So those opportunities come up, but it's easy to say and do it, but it's hard to do it while it's happening. It's like when stocks are dropping, and what do? Do you buy and try to catch a falling knife, or do you try to guess what the bottom is and then buy? Like, it's easy to talk about it, but then to do it, to actually walk into a burning building while everyone's running out of it, is a very difficult ask. And that's exactly what these guys did. While everyone was running out of that burning building in Carolina, they were running back in it. Like, we want more of that burning building. So we'll see if their conviction pays off. But glad I followed it last night, that's for sure. NBA real quickly. Knicks are going to get public money, that's for sure. Sharps are going to be on the Spurs. I explained yesterday. I sent out immediately. I bet the Spurs on the money line. I thought that money line would move up. I'm surprised it hasn't. But because of what the Knicks did the other night, I'm not really that surprised. Like, I thought that there would be such a sharp move towards this San Antonio side in this spot, because even if they're going to lose this series, but this is a good spot for them. But I think it's the fact that New York defied history with that comeback. It's never been done in the finals. It's only been done like once or whatever, less than 3.03% in all of NBA history. And I think that outlier is what's even scared some sharps off of betting San Antonio money line in this next game. Because usually, again, this would be a good spot to get money line value just for them to win this game. We know the spread hasn't mattered all that much throughout the entire playoffs. But again, it historically would be a good bet, but we're just not seeing it. It's actually down to 5 from 5.5 because of what the Knicks have just been able to do. It's phenomenal. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do go into San Antonio and close it out there. We're seeing the improbable unfold in front of us. So, when you have an outlier series and an outlier, kind of results with a lot of randomness sprinkled in, it makes it difficult. So that's what's going on as far as playoffs and World Cup. And otherwise it's baseball and awaiting the big UFC card, brother.
Yeah, Yanni, so somebody said in the chat that I said these big comebacks happen all the time, and you were like, actually, it's never happened before. And yeah, that was the biggest comeback ever. But I went.
No, you're right. As far and in the playoffs, it's funny. A lot of guys were betting the Knicks when they were down all those points, because I happened to be in the sports book, and they were betting them because they all just believed that the refs were going to make it a game. Like, they're not going to turn this into a second half. That's what I swear, that was their argument, that they're not going to allow this whole second half to have one team up by 40. No one's going to watch the game.
That's horrible.
That the refs are going to influence the outcome.
That's Hammer Thursday material.
Exactly.
So I looked this up, Yanni. Check out the stats. My point was these comebacks because of pace and space and because of the 3-point shooting. So this year alone, only this season, 34 comebacks of 20 plus points. So 7% of the time that you had a 20-point lead, you lost outright.
Wasn't safe. Wow.
So I checked 10 years ago, only 10. So just 10 years ago, we've more than tripled the amount of massive it just happens more and more. And I'll do the care to make things interesting with Debo. We love Debo. Debo was one of the chat. I bet this record gets broken in the next 2 years. I bet there's a bigger comeback in the NBA than 29 points. It's becoming more and more frequent. So I am going to be rooting for the Spurs because I just want to see more of this series. The series is this is such great basketball. I love both teams, but I want to see 7 games of this series. So give us MLB what you're seeing today.
All right. Yeah, a lot of action in MLB. Let me read off some sides for you. 901 Miami plus 130, 904 Cincinnati. Even money, 906 Mets minus 110, 910 San Francisco minus 105, 911 Texas plus 115, go down to 914 Cleveland minus 110, and finally San Diego plus 125. Few totals real quick for you. Let's go over 8 Texas Boston minus 125, over 8 up to minus 120 Miami Pittsburgh. Probably all these are probably gone. They got to be up another half, if not a full run. 9-11 over 8 Texas Boston. But I'm giving you the ones that there's opposite public action. So you're seeing the respect the sharps again, even though the public's opposite. And finally, Houston KC over 9 minus 125. And while I was talking right now, a fill came in. They're looking for Yankees Toronto over 7.5. And I was ready to DM back. Yeah, if you find it, get me 10 million on it too. Because there's 7.5 like 4 hours ago. What are you guys talking about? There's nothing but 8s across the screen. It's like, I guess they're just hoping maybe one of us has a 7.5 somewhere out there. But I don't even know why they send orders like that out. That's like, I'm going to send out, I want USA Today plus 6 goals and even money. If you find it for me, please bet it.
Be a good bet. It would be a good bet.
Yeah.
It's a time waster. It's
it is,
time
exactly.
money. Any last thoughts here on 250? I'm not seeing a ton of movement on these. I guess the biggest move is their money just keeps coming in on Ruffy over Chandler, but to me the lines are pretty stable.
And Taporia, like, remember that line dropped earlier in the week when Armin they talked about his $1 million bet and stuff. Now I'm seeing it like back up to 600. So those are just going to keep climbing, bro, as the parlay risk increases. But I think they'll get some gagey bites at over 4-1. They'll get some gagey bites.
It's a kind of nostalgic bet on Gagey. Like, Gagey nearing the end. I love him. I made money on him against Poirier and such.
Sometimes you got to pay attention to what the lines are telling you. And this is really interesting that you have the lightweights up there at 1.5 with the under getting steamed. And then you have the heavyweights with the 2.5 over getting steamed. Like, so that heavyweight fight's expected to go more than, 12.5 minutes, and the lightweights aren't expected to go 7.5. I mean, take that for what you will, but obviously it tells me that it might be a short night for Gaethje, for Taporia, and it tells me that Pereira might not walk through Gane. He just may not walk him down as easily.
What do you have up for everyone at WagerTalk on this Friday? Right. Big weekend ahead.
Indeed. UFC Pass is up. I think I got like 5 or 6 bets already in there. I know there's only 7 fights, but there's a couple props, plus 200 props in there also. That's why. World Cup action is up. We're coming off a nice little profit last night. The package is up. Both games today are in there. Saturdays and Sundays will go up as soon as I send that out to subscribers. Like I said, I just got that today. They actually just bet this World Cup stuff this morning for Saturday and Sunday. Baseball Steam sheet is coming up because I did get some confirmation. And then it's head into Sunday's 250. But before that, we got Saturday tomorrow. That's a game in NBA Finals. And, of course, the Steam Room like we do each Saturday. So busy couple days. Jump on board. Let's have some fun, do some damage. And, every day we got World Cup for the next few weeks. Let's have some fun with it.
All right. Thank you very much, Yanni.
Thanks, my man.
So, Dan, great job. We cashed our very first World Cup bet as well last night. So 1-0. So I feel like on this show, whenever US plays, we have to do a USA play. It's our civic duty. So
luckily they only play like once a week. That's what's crazy about group play is they have this game tonight at 9. They don't play again until next Thursday. So you'll have time to recover from what Andy, don't think will be American fans want goals. American fans want overs. The one thing that you need to know, too, on your sports books here in the U.S. is you're never getting true odds on USA. You're paying the Yankee tax, so to speak, on this USA team because all of the bets are on USA. Everyone who's going to a bar tonight, who's talking in their group chats, they're figuring ways to bet USA. They're figuring ways, let's bet Pulisic to score a goal. So for me, Andy, this is a group in USA's group that I think is really setting up to be a defensive battle here. So some things that I thought about if you do want to find some plus money and you do want to bet USA, sprinkle on the exact score. USA 1-0. It's 1-0.
Wow.
Or take them.
Score?
Well, I'm just saying this isn't the bet for me. I'm saying if you want
great.
some plus money with your buddies, you can also do a band. You can go USA 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. I don't think they get 3 goals. I lean towards the under in this game. There wasn't enough without seeing this group play yet. I come into the tournament wanting to bet unders. If I had to make a bet, Andy, and I'm sorry, USA folks, I would take Paraguay on the handicap of getting a half goal because I could totally see this game being a draw. And then instead of it being a tie-no bet where you get your bet back, you win that bet if this is a draw or if Paraguay pulls an upset. Now, I'm not so sure, and if you looked at some of these teams to start the tournament, you're looking at like Mexico yesterday. They were like minus 250 to minus 290 favorites. Sure, the USA is favorites, but plus 110 on a 3-way line, that tells you that this isn't a USA slam spot. And that's even when you're not getting true odds on them. So I lean towards this being a little bit more cagey of a game. I know USA fans don't want to hear it, but it's minus 140 to get that half goal with Paraguay. That's the way I would attack it. I would say people love trends, Andy. There's no Hammer Thursday for you, but World Cup host nations. We talked about it yesterday. World Cup host nations in game 1. We get 3 of them this year because you have Canada, USA, and Mexico. Canada's going to play at 3 against Bosnia. After Mexico's big win yesterday, 17 wins, 6 draws, and just 1 loss for host nations in their first game in the World Cup. So take that for what it's worth. There's some info on how to bet the USA game. Nothing official for us, though. No client plays.
I was going to go with Paraguay plus half a goal.
Plus the half.
All right.
Yeah.
That's our official game for you. That's great. We try and we're like, no. We'll make a pick for every USA game, and then we bet against them.
They're going to qualify. Don't worry, folks, because they made this tournament so USA, Mexico, and Canada will qualify. So don't sweat it too bad. But this could be not a high-scoring, fun group to watch here, at least to start the tournament.
All right. A lot of good plays up today, guys. We went 3-0 yesterday. The red hot start to June it just continues. So really, really good stuff up. We got a 4% best bet in NBA. We got a 5% in NASCAR. No reason to get a package. Just get the 3 days and get 3 free. It really is the best deal that we have going on if you want something short term. Get you all the way through the weekend, get your plays in the next week. We have plays up in pretty much every sport. We cashed yesterday in, what was it, WNBA, World Cup, and hockey. Yes, so that's what you get from us.
The Andy Lang experience.
Yes, exactly. It was a great viewing experience last night for sure. So buy 3 days, get 3 free. That's over at wt.buzz/AL. Get you locked and loaded for the weekend. And I'm sure our next guest is locked and loaded for the weekend as well. We got to bring in Teddy, and we got to take a look at NBA Finals Game 5. Teddy, cheers. Happy Friday. How are you, sir?
I'm excited to talk some NBA Finals, some MLB, and something weird happened the other night. People keep talking about it. And I want to make this very clear. I heard you and Johnny talk about earlier, where you were talking about the NBA 20-point comebacks and the 29-point comeback, the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history in Game 4. That same night, actually it was early in the day, the San Francisco Giants and the Washington Nationals played. Same day. And in that ball game, the Nationals had an 8-run lead in the 8th inning and lost before extras. That situation had been 4,291-0 over the last 17 years. My clients and I had Washington, and we lost that game. A situation, again, 4,291-0 over 17 years. That was more unlikely than the Knicks comeback against the Spurs, which we cashed with the Knicks money line, a wrong side winner. That, 3 NBA teams since 2019 have blown 30-plus point leads. So it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens. The MLB stuff never happens. So it wasn't even the most unlikeliest comeback of the day, despite the fact that Knicks did something that had never been done in the NBA Finals.
Well, I was like, oh, Teddy probably had to play on the wrong side on the losing side of that MLB. That's a brutal one. And I bet you'll remember that one more than you will remember the Knicks comeback.
Well, the fact they both came on the same day, I'm like, when I lost Washington, I was like, I don't go nuts that often, but I was really, I was like, what the bleepity bleep. And then the Knicks came out, okay, I'll make that trade. We're fine. It's good. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Game 5 here. This is an interesting one. How does the Spurs team respond to that? They've got a lot of youth, a lot of inexperience, and the books are saying, hey, we still believe in them. The -5 with an over and under of 216. What's your breakdown on this big game?
Yeah, exactly. Look at the Odds Logic live odds screen. I'm seeing a split line right now. I'm seeing there are -5s if you want San Antonio, widely available. There are also +5.5s if you want the Knicks, widely available. Total wise, I'm seeing as low as 216 and as high as 217. Again, we're not talking a huge difference. Half point here, point there. But in a series where there's been a whole lot of bets that have come right down to the wire, getting those half points can and does make a difference. Be sure to shop around for this one with that variance as we speak on Friday morning. But 5.5, 216, 216.5, the prevailing total. And obviously the Knicks up 3-1. They have a chance for a closeout on Saturday night. And the Spurs laying -5. They haven't won any games in this series by 5 points or more. They played 3 times in the 2 times in the regular season, 1 time in the NBA Cup. And the Spurs didn't win any of those games by 5 points or more either. So we're talking about 7 times these two teams have met this season, and 0 of those 7 has San Antonio been able to cover this number. That said, the Spurs led by double digits in all 4 games here in the postseason. And all 4 games were 1-possession games with 2 minutes or less to play, which isn't necessarily great for chalk layers because they were tight. But the fact that San Antonio has been able to build these leads has mattered. And obviously 2 games decided by a single point. Wemby with the bad pass to Castle, Fox with the ill-advised decision to go for the layup instead of pulling the ball out. So it's been a really tough series to lay points with. It's not like, the Spurs have been these right sides. It's not like the Spurs have been the type of team against the type of matchup for the Knicks that says laying points is a positive expectation strategy. That being said, all right, the Knicks have really, you talk about what the Knicks were in game 1 compared to what they are now. All right, the bench has changed since the start of the series. Mitchell Robinson's really struggling. The Knicks are -14 in his 13 game 4 minutes. He barely played in game 3. Landry Shamet was the guy who everyone was excited about. He went 1 for 11 from the floor in the last 2 games after draining 3 threes in games 1 and 2. So much for the role players playing better at home. Shamet played much better in San Antonio. Miles McBride was literally 0 for at Madison Square Garden, hit 0 shots and scored 0 points after playing 37 minutes in San Antonio. And it's Jordan Clarkson back on the bench. And Jose Alvarado got his minutes in game 4. A huge factor in the Knicks comeback. No argument here if you want to target Jose Alvarado overs in game 5. But the Knicks, through the first couple games of the series, they had a lot of different scoring options. And that's kind of closed off a little bit. Anunoby and Brunson and Ket, the 3 offensive creators for New York now. And Anunoby and Brunson are both coming off huge explosion offensive games. They're going to get that same level of production in game 5. The rest of the team, other than that trio, only 25 points combined in game number 4. So to me, game 5 is very much a character game. I'm in play on the total for this contest for my clients. You can get it right now on my homepage, www.buzz.com/TC. We're having a real good finals, 3-1 in the 4 games. And this isn't new or different. 18-9, 67% over the last 5 years in the NBA Finals. And I've delivered a profit for my clients. I've had a winning result each and every year during that span. So 5 straight winning finals, 3-1 so far this year. We'll see if we can do it again in game number 5. I'm going to play for the total. So you can check out that, again, on my homepage at WagerTalk.com. From a side standpoint, to me, this game is very much a one-concept handicap. Can the Spurs respond? What's the character of San Antonio? We know what the Knicks are. We know what they're going to bring. They've come back from double-digit deficits in every one and all 4 games in this series. I don't think the Knicks laid down here. I don't think the Knicks stopped competing. So the question is, does San Antonio have the force of will to put the Knicks, to continue to compete against a team that's been giving them all kinds of issues? And obviously coming off a 30-point second half after a 76-point first half, San Antonio may have some questions up here. But all the quotes coming out of the Spurs were the right type of quotes. Mitch Johnson, I told him to feel the emotion tonight because they're competitive. That's inhumanly possible not to. Tomorrow, take the emotion out. They better be ready to play in 2 days and win. We have 2 days to put everything we have into that game. That's the only thing that matters. By no means am I not acknowledging the Knicks and what they've done, give them credit for playing good basketball. But we feel like we've decided the outcome of all 4 games. We need to be better in the next one. Wembanyama, quote, I think it's going to go one of 2 ways, a bad one and a good one. The bad one will be giving up. The good one will be getting stronger through this, getting more together. I know this is what we're going to do. There's a reason the sharp money is showing for San Antonio in this ballgame. In theory, it's an exhale spot for the Knicks. And we expect this Spurs team that did it against OKC, where they were on the verge of elimination, fought back at home, got the win, and won game 7 on the road in OKC. San Antonio has that level of confidence. If I'm playing game 5 sidewise, I can only lay the points with the Spurs.
Teddy, it's not only on the hardwood that you have been cashing in and dialed in for the clients. You've been handicapping the diamond here as well. So let's talk some 2 baseball games that we have. One, I am very intrigued to get your thoughts on here, as the Phils are going for 4 straight series wins after being dead on a heap earlier in the season. But we'll start with Braves and Mets here. Super interesting, I think, weekend set that you're going to have here. Obviously, we're kicking the series off, and we got McLean and Strider going tonight. This one, first pitch is set for 7:15. Teddy, how do you see this one shaking out?
Yeah, we're looking right now at the Odds Logic live screen. And by the way, guys, get a free trial. 7-day, free all access. oddslogic.com/Teddy. It's a cool product. I use it every day. I have no problems endorsing it. And it helps me with my handicapping literally on a daily basis. So try it, oddslogic.com/Teddy. For the Braves and the Mets right now, I'm seeing the Mets in the -120, -125 range. Total 8, juice to the over. And look, Atlanta's 45-23. They have the best record in baseball. They're number 2 full season in profitability, a pretty big betting bandwagon. They have the best record in all of baseball off a loss, like the one they suffered to close out their series in Chicago. Well, yesterday's game got rained out. Atlanta, off back-to-back losses, they haven't been swept in a series all season. So it's not hard to make a case for the Braves as being a bounce-back opportunity tonight in New York and Citi Field against the Mets. But that being said, in my opinion, the time in the betting marketplace, the time for bargains for Atlanta has come and gone, all right? When we project forward, this is a team that's won at a 662 winning percentage so far this season. They're not going to win at a 662 winning percentage moving forward, all right? It's not like the Braves are going to go all season without losing 3 games in a row. And when you look at their schedule closely, you really see the Braves have been feasting on either a mix of bad teams or decent teams who are going through bad stretches. So they've been feasting on the weak and the slumping for extended stretches this season. I think there's at least some money to be made betting against the Braves moving forward. And on a meta handicapping picture, I'm not looking for spots to support Atlanta right now. And we look at Spencer Strider. This guy's an ace. He's a monster. Well, he's allowed at least 3 earned runs in each of his last 4 starts. He's not eating up innings. He's not pitching like an ace. Last time out, only 3 strikeouts, only 3 ground ball outs. Those are concerning numbers for me. He was against Pittsburgh last time out. And meanwhile, here's this Mets team. I mean, obviously, it's not like the Mets' struggles have been hidden. It's not like people have forgotten that the Mets are, have been a sub 500 team all year and the biggest disappointment in all of baseball. That said, Mets low point, 22-33. Since that time, they're 8-5 their last 13. Not a huge winning streak. Not like the Phillies that boom, turn it and boom, and all of a sudden you see a whole different team. But they're quietly playing 600 baseball over the last 2 weeks. There may be some money to be made. I think right now, we're talking about June and between now and the All-Star break. In this bettor's opinion, there's more money to be made backing the Mets than the Braves right now. I'd lay it with New York if I got involved with this one.
I like it, and not only use it in this game, some tips on maybe how to bet these teams moving forward. Great stuff there, Teddy. I'm going to make myself wait and the listeners wait for your thoughts here on this Phillies and Brewers series, and of course the game here tonight. Fortunately for Phillies fans, Painter will be pitching tonight. But before that, Teddy, let us know what you got rocking. You mentioned you got that NBA play, but that's not all. People, we have some great deals going. You can get 6 days of access for the price of 3, things like that. You don't have to remember the codes. They're all over at Teddy's page, wt.buzz/TC. Teddy, what other than the NBA play are we rocking with?
Yeah, so, the NBA finals have been very good. I talked about 67% over the last 5 years. 5 straight winning finals, 3-1 so far this season. MLB's been rock solid, 62-47 plus 37.5 units since 2025, dating back to last year. So the baseball has been solid. And obviously, you talk about the great deals. What about that summer MLB special? It's like $3 a day, a little bit more than $3 a day. And that expires tonight. Oh, sorry, not that expires, but expires in 10 days. That said, it's something you want to check out right now. If you're interested in MLB, $3 a day, and obviously buy 3 days, get 3 free. We've got the early football packages up. I'm doing football every day right now. Again, you work in June and you're ready for August and September. That's been my MO for years. I can't wait for football season to get here. Early bird package available right now. Again, WT.buzz/TC.
Yeah, football season going to be here before we know it. Can't believe it, Teddy. And we will be talking opening line report with Teddy as well. So I can't wait for that, but I'm not wishing time away. Let's enjoy the summer at least a little bit here, Teddy. And let's talk this Phillies and Brewers game. Phillies coming off of a day of rest. They had to travel after the series win against Toronto. Now they're traveling to take on the top team in the NL Central. How do you see this one shaking out?
Sure. Look at this line. We're not used to seeing Philadelphia in this range. You know, right now, looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen, the Brewers as high as minus 245. I'm seeing minus 250s out there. DK and FanDuel at 250. You shop around, you find 240. But I mean, it's total 7.5, a little bit of juice to the over. And Philadelphia, we haven't seen the Phillies as 2-1 dogs in quite some time. I don't know if we've seen them at all season as 2-1 dogs, which is telling us something about the starting pitching matchup tonight. And before I talk about the starting pitching matchup, I got to talk about the Brewers. This is a small market team. They're not a superstar-laden team. And yet, we look at the teams that consistently have held value in MLB. Brewers have been a playoff team 7 times the last 8 years. They've never once been lined in a 90-win team during that span. They're in first place right now in the best division in baseball this season. They started 13-13. They're 28-12 since, making their backers a fortune. This team just lost back-to-back games in Vegas against the Athletics. That was after the wildest 15-14 game you'll ever see on Monday. So they had a day off, a return home. They're rested. They're hungry. They haven't lost 3 straight since April. They're 4-0 off their last 4 back-to-back losses. They're 8-4 the last 12 off a loss. Certainly Milwaukee in a good situation this evening. Philadelphia, they were 9-19 when Rob Thompson got fired and Don Mattingly got hired. And they, too, just like the Brewers, 28-12 in the last 40 ball games. Philadelphia has played good. Now, some of that for the Phillies, I talked about a little bit earlier where Atlanta's been feasting on the weeks and facing a lot of teams that were struggling. It looks like the Phillies have done a lot of that, too. They've gotten the right teams at the right times. That being said, they've been pretty good under Don Mattingly at 28-12. They made their backers a fortune. But from a starting pitching mismatch, from a party pitching standpoint, this game feels like a mismatch. And that's why we're seeing the price where it is. Andrew Painter has been lit up. The surging Phillies, they played great baseball, right? 28-12, the last 40. They're 1-9 in Painter's last 10 starts. So during this 28-12 stretch, the Phillies have 12 losses in 40 games. 6 of them came with Painter on the hill. He is their bet against hurler. He is their throwaway game. Meanwhile, if you haven't been living under a rock, you've been paying attention to what Jacob Mrazowski's been doing in recent weeks. What do you have? 41 pitches over 100 miles an hour and threw a 103.7 last time out. And it's not just the speed and the velocity for Mrazowski. He has allowed a grand total of 1 earned run in his last 7 starts combined. A 0.20 ERA. The Brewers are 6-1 in those games. Mrazowski's got 65 Ks in 45 innings of pitch. He's thrown at least 8 strikeouts in every one of those games. Those are all-star starter type of numbers. Now, one of his worst starts last year when he was a rookie came against Philadelphia. Current Phillies are hitting 400 against him. But realistically, this is 1 bet on pitcher, 1 bet against pitcher, 2 hot teams. I haven't done much with run lines this year, but this sure feels like a run line type of spot for Milwaukee. Rather than laying 250, lay a 1.5. You only have to lay basically near a pick-em price.
Yeah, we'll see how the series shakes out, but Painter on the mound doesn't exactly inspire confidence, and Teddy laid it out there pretty damn well. Teddy, we already found out what you had up. We appreciate you. What videos can people find on the WagerTalk YouTube channel? I know you've been working hard getting people NBA free plays. We're going to have, in case people missed it, your MLB video up as well, but more reasons than ever to subscribe here at the channel, Teddy.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so we got the 250,000, right? We can say that now?
We did. We got there. We got there.
Yeah. So thank you for all of you who have subscribed. That being said, we've been doing free play videos for the NBA for every single game. We'll continue doing that till the series is concluded. And there's so much good free content on WagerTalk TV, and it's free and it's good. That's two good things. Check it out on YouTube, WagerTalk TV.
If it's free, it's for me. That's for sure, Teddy. Appreciate you. WT.buzz/TC is where you can get those best bets. And like Teddy said, you want to buy a play, sure. Use these deals and get these packages. That's the way to bet these cappers. Let them show you what they can do for you on a bigger sample size than just one play. So you can check those out over at Teddy's page. We also have the deals page, and great time to buy, Andy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a lot of great things going on. Sean is going to go head-to-head with Teddy in a bet that we have going, and then I 1,000 swords said, give me a play. If it hits, I'll get a 3-day pass. So we'll take that bet. So we're going to give a play, and we're going to just jump to do all around the world right now. And the very first play is a client play, and it goes today. So this is your official play. Yeah, this is your official play, Swords. We're going with both Bosnia tie or double chance against Canada that goes off in a couple of hours. Do you want to do the breakdown, Dan? I know what our client breakdown is, but go for it. Yeah.
I mean, we'll keep it super simple for folks here. This is just a Canada team that's kind of sleepwalking into this tournament. And this Bosnia team, you know, they're not a minnow you typically will see in some of it. They're just going to keep getting beat up. They're a solid side here. But the thing is in their last few matches, they have been a tough out for teams. They will drag these games out. And for Canada, with the form that they're coming into in this tournament, a tie doesn't kill you, especially in this group. They have a chance to not only start this off on kind of not so even footing and still go on and qualify. I've said many times on this show, Andy, Canada will qualify, Mexico will qualify, USA will qualify. Those are three things I truly believe. And I just think this number doesn't make sense. So we're going to go with Bosnia or a tie. So we're going on the double chance line. So this isn't a draw, no bet. This is either a tie or a Bosnia pick. In a lot of these games, you're going to not even have this as a bettable number. We're getting minus 105, Andy. This is a no-brainer for a team a game that could certainly end in a tie here. Canada's chances don't die if they tie this game. And again, they're coming in nursing some injuries. I think they might take a little bit to get their legs underneath them, as does Jan. So client play, Andy, Bosnia, Canada. Right. We're going Bosnia, the tie, and the double chance.
All right. Next play. I keep staring. It's minus 140, but this Lopez Garcia fight, I think this thing goes over 1.5 rounds simply because Garcia is a big time knockout puncher, but he's not very good with the takedown defense. And Lopez is pretty good on the ground. Garcia has been taken down and held down for long stretches of time. Multiple fighters have had 4 minutes of control time in rounds, just one round. I think Lopez can get the takedown and hold him down there. Why try and stand with a guy whose path to victory is nuking you, which he's done over and over and over again. So
very fair.
So I think Lopez takes the path of least resistance, gets the takedown, holds him down, and we get a fairly boring fight. As a fan, I want this to stay on the feet because this potentially could be one of the best fights on the card, like as far as entertainment wise. But I think Lopez just, I'll take you down. So, all right, let's bring in Andrew McGinnis and Andrew.
Oh, he's ready for Canada.
Oh, let's
right
go.
after. Good timing. Good timing on that. Good timing, boys.
He says he doesn't like the Bosnia double chance. We got a comment here from Colsey. He said Carm's super motivated today because Bosnia is who knocked out Italy. I believe Carm's going to the game, isn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, Carm's got 2 reasons to cheer for Canada. He's mad about Italy and he's cheering for Canada. I love it.
I think Canada has a good chance to win this group. I think I like that quite a bit. However, I could see him with a draw here right out of the gate. So I'm not sure if you're going to be seeing a loss, Andrew, but I think USA and Canada, one of those teams is going to draw today. I'm not sure who, but I think one of them certainly will. Andrew, you'll be happy to know that before you even came on, we had people dropping in the comments they were dropping their free plays on the game tonight in CFL. So it's proliferating the chat. I mean, if there's any chat for it to happen in, it's Wager Talk Today, where we talk
hashtag grow the game. Grow the game,
yes.
baby. That's all. Teddy said he was working on football all week. I'm working on football going on this weekend. All right. So we're getting ahead months in advance here. This is football going on right now.
One of my favorite betting stories of all time, Andrew, is that I had buddies who they were staying down. I forget, it's the place in the Bahamas where you can bet still. And they were all just like looking for a squad ride. And you gave me a CFL play and they were all like, what the hell are you talking about? It cashed. And these people still to this day are being like, Alouettes. So Argonauts and Alouettes for the group chat today is the game that we have going tonight. And no one's better in CFL than you, Andrew. So I turn the mic over to you. How should we bet this one?
Hey, well, I really appreciate it. And you know what? Hopefully this one can be one of those ones as well for you and your pals, Dan. Look, this worked out very well. You know, having a spot on Wager Talk today with you guys here, because this is my 3% free play of the week. Whether you were able to get the 7.5, whether you were able to get the 7, 6.5 now, I like the Argos. Early on in the season, I want to back underdogs in the CFL, but specifically numbers like this. We've seen a lot of close games so far. Yesterday, the game got away from Winnipeg, but so far we've seen a lot of tight games. And when I look at this matchup in particular, guys, there's one thing we have to start with. We saw Montreal played last week. Toronto was on bye. A lot of people are going to try and tell you guys, and a lot of CFL people are going to say how much of an advantage it is because Montreal has played a game already. I used to be one of those people. I'm here to tell you it does not matter. In fact, we've seen those rested teams actually benefit with more time off. We've talked about it out of the Christmas break with, NBA or NHL or out of the bye, whatever it is. It doesn't matter that they've got their legs under them. I think the extra week of practice is actually a good thing for Toronto. So that's one thing for us. The second thing for us here, Montreal is not the same team they were last year. They were a team that benefited a ton off their defense, whether it was getting timely stops, whether it was INTs, strip sacks, whatever it is, scoring off defensive plays. They lost 3 key defensive players in the offseason. One of them because of retirement. So this team is different, giving up 27 points in week 1. However, Dan, we did cash that free play on Montreal last week on Wager Talk today. We're fading them this time out. Now, we got a coaching change in Toronto. People always hate to talk about that. But the funny thing is, it's within the organization. The quarterback coach got promoted to the head coach, guys. And we all know how different that is, getting promoted within the organization. And let's not forget to talk about Chad Kelly. It's been over 13 months since he's played in an actual game here, guys. Everybody is blowing it out of proportion. Oh, what are we going to get from this guy? What are we going to see out of him? All these CFL podcasters are acting like he's forgotten how to throw a ball because he hasn't played in an actual game. He's got more time to rest. He's gotten healthy. They got an extra week of practice. This is the exact spot that I want the Argos in, guys, at plus 6.5. You don't have to win the ball game. Just hang around. And I think they have the weapons to do exactly that.
Good breakdown, Andrew. Nobody does it better in CFL. And we may only have one more hockey game left in the season. We maybe it gets extended. But what are we doing with this game? Stahl has just been absolutely on fire. He's terrorizing the Golden Knights. Curious lines here, though. I don't understand these lines. And over-unders down to 5. I don't understand these lines at all. Make sense of this.
Yeah, Andy, congrats to you with Stahl. I was rooting it on for you yesterday. I thought of you immediately when I saw that goal, and I'm cheering for him as well because a lot of times, like across a lot of sports, if a player wins the Stanley Cup or NBA championships or whatever it might be when they're younger, you feel like they go through their whole career and don't win it again. And he won when he was young with Crosby and those guys. And then he hasn't won in like 20 years again. And so it'd be pretty cool to win when you're like in your teens and then win again when you're almost 40, right? So He's going to win on both ends of his career. Andy, I think we've seen Carolina 3-0 so far in the playoffs with an opportunity to close out a series. They have not hesitated. They've jumped all over the opportunity. I think they do exactly that. And I am not typically a puck line bettor. We just heard Teddy say he's not usually a run line guy, but sometimes the opportunities present themselves. In elimination games, I like to bet puck lines. You might see 1, 2, if not, 3 empty net goals. You're going to see desperation, which will lead to sloppiness. And unfortunately, from a viewing perspective, let's look back to last year, Edmonton and Florida. A lot of the time, the series clinching, Stanley Cup clinching game isn't actually close. And so the puck line is the value here in this one. We're seeing obviously slight favorites here on the road for Carolina, but this is going to be a matchup, and to me, where the depth goes on big display. And I'll tell you what, one big difference we've seen Carolina make in this playoffs, roster-wise, depth-wise, they made some changes. Martin Nook went up on the first line, and Seth Jarvis went down to the third line. Everyone talked about Tortorella winning the coaching battle to start the series off. Rod Brendamore, Andy, has won the coaching battle the last couple games. He swapped the right guys. He swapped his goaltenders. Carter Hart has let in at least 4 goals in all 5 games so far this series. And a good reporter, shout out to Johnny Lazarus, he asked John Tortorella, did you think about changing your goalie? And he goes, that might be the stupidest question I've ever been asked. It's like, dude, your goalie's giving up goals. It's a valid question. So I like the -1.5 on Carolina in closeout fashion. We also have an injury with William Karlsson. Maybe not a household name, but he is a 200-foot shutdown guy, which I think makes a big difference. So, Andy, keep on keeping on with that Jordan Staal prop, and I think the Canes close things out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking on DraftKings right now. I mean, you're getting plus 225 on the Canes at that -1.5. That's a bet. You're right, man. Like, a lot of empty nets could be in this game. So I think that's a fantastic one. And yes, I will be on Staal to have a point. It was plus money. But Staal just to have a point. Oh man, it was I didn't hear that reporter ask the question, and then the coach got mad.
Would you change your goalie? What a stupid question, he says. And I want to mention something. The Conn Smythe Trophy, everyone talks about it, and they love jumping on that versus the futures. Guys, people keep forgetting this. That trophy is a playoff trophy. It's not like finals MVP or MVP of the final series. So Jordan Staal, your guy, went from 75-1 to 6-1 in 3 days, Andy. But what people keep forgetting is it's not about the series. It's about the entirety of the playoffs. So I think that will play a big impact. I'm very curious. If he gets it, all the power to him. But I think the award is very clear by definition. It's a playoff award. That's why Connor McDavid won it even when they lost 2 years ago.
So who do you have? Who would
I think it should probably be Logan Stankoven or Nikolai Ehlers, one of those two guys. We'll see. Again, like as you could probably tell with the opening thing I said with Staal, I'm a fan of his. So I think it'd be cool if he won, but he really hasn't been great until this series. So if it's a playoff award, he should be it. And realistically, if it is a playoff award, Mitch Marner could still win it, even with them losing the series. So I'm looking forward to it. Andy, I got to tell you, I want you to join me on the CFL prop journey because we've been talking about it a while. And you and I, when we do our prop show, we just do it NFL now. We used to do it longer throughout the year. They're not just partially available now. They are available. Yeah. They are everywhere, man. And it's exciting because yesterday I hit my first prop of the year with an under on receptions. Nothing better than hitting a receptions under when the guy had like 80 yards. I just didn't care how many yards he got. We just wanted no catches. But yeah, man, they're out there with the CFL props.
Yeah, it's same with bare knuckle fighting championship. I couldn't give out any client plays, and then FanDuel picked them up. So bang, we can do it. So yeah, you're right. That's why I haven't even looked at CFL props because they can't really play them in years past. But 100%. You don't have to talk me into a props betting market, Andrew. That's soft.
Yeah.
So
yes, please.
I'll be all over it. So, Andrew, what do you have up for everyone? I mean, man, ton of sports.
We got a great special going right now for my CFL. And, we're not just betting CFL right now, but guys, the promo code is very simple. CFL299. That's going to get you $50 off the full entire season right up to the championship game. Talking June, July, August, September, October, November. It's a long time for just $2.99 and for all those picks. 6-2 last 7 days, low volume, up 52 units since May 1st across all sports. That's number 2 at WagerTalk.com. We're talking baseball, NHL, CFL. And I'll tell you what, right now, 8-1 run with CFL going back to last year, also an 11-3 run. Last week, we were 2-0 to start, 3-0 if you count the free play on WagerTalk today. That play I gave you guys tonight on the Argos is an official 3% free play, and we got a 5% play going tomorrow night. So hats off to you guys that are joining with the long-term package. $35 for tomorrow's 5% play. CFL 299 promo code gets you every play for the entire season. So, hey guys, hope you have a great weekend. Best of luck to all of you. And I'll tell you, it's a bad weekend to be a beer in Canada or America with these soccer games going on. That's for sure.
Weekend to be a beer.
It's very, very true. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thanks, have a good one. Good luck on your plays. So, all right. Thanks everyone for joining us. Dan, I have a big start to tomorrow. We're having our first like semi-estate sale for my reselling business. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I hate how early we have to start them. I mean, like, you got to be set up ready to go by 8:00. So this will be really interesting. Yeah, this guy was a huge outdoorsman. So we've got fishing stuff galore, hunting stuff galore, power tools. He was a carpenter, just like a bunch of stuff. So it's my first time doing this. So this will be pretty interesting. But if you guys want to join us, UFC Freedom Card.
Oh yeah.
It's the Keep Politics Out of Sports UFC event is on Sunday. We will be live. And for those of you that watch our shows, you guys know we do taste tests because there's a lot of downtime in these UFC cards. So we need something to do. So we just decided we're doing taste tests. We've been doing this for a couple years now. So when there's a really big card, we have to pick a big category of taste tests. And this is the biggest category of taste tests.
Oh, yeah.
That we've ever done. We've been sitting on this one for a year. So we are doing TV dinners. So if you would like to join us, these are the ones that we are going to be trying. These are the old school, still around. I still can't believe they're around. But we're doing Salisbury steak, meatloaf, lasagna. Yeah, the macaroni and beef, chicken pot pie, and the country fried steak. So this is going to be an all-time taste test. It's the one we've been looking forward to the most. So, but our live shows on the
dairy.
I think we've all had these.
Yeah.
Hasn't
whether it was against your will or not. Yeah, the lasagna is a banger. I'm not gonna lie. The Starburst lasagna is pretty damn good.
Well, the lasagna is the best because you put it in the oven for an hour and it's frozen in the middle and molten lava on the outside.
That's the best way to enjoy. Literally the best way to enjoy.
This is great. Salisbury steak minus 1,000 to win it all.
Wow.
My favorite.
There's some value on the field. Give me a field bet on that.
My favorite is the grill marks on that Salisbury steak. Those are 100% painted on. They ain't grilling those.
Never even been in the same building as a grill.
So yeah. So if you want to join us, that's on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. We'll be doing live bets and such. Only 7 fights. So not that long of a card. So, all right. Thank you very much, guys. Remember, 3-day pass, you get 3 free days. It works great. Myself, Dan, Jan, and Jim, we have an absolutely massive weekend. We have a 5% NASCAR play. We have a play in the Bosnia-Canada game that goes off. That's the tie or Bosnia double chance. WNBA, MLB, just a lot of plays for this weekend. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you very much for all you guys in the chat. You've been with us all week. Much appreciated. Please hit the like button. Drop us a comment below. Tell us what you like in the USA Paraguay. Let's do that. Give us a bet in the USA Paraguay game. What you like below that one? So yeah, absolutely.
And you know what? If it hits, free 3-day flex pass. There you go. Include your WagerTalk username.
Okay.
How about
last minute edition.
How about it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, you're right. The sodium overload. I will start drinking water now.
Yeah. Hydrate now.
Yes, absolutely. So, all right. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you. Good luck on your bets, and we'll see everyone on Monday. Take care.